me, so don't worry. So let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully the music isn't too loud like that. I think that should be good. And in case anybody does get disconnected, thank you, Selena. If anyone gets disconnected, I'm gonna ask Selena to let them in because that has been happening a little bit lately. So I'm gonna go ahead and make you co-host. Appreciate you, thank you. Cool, all right. So we're gonna get started how we have been starting every day this week, and that's in Child's Pose. So go ahead and come to the back of your mat, your big toes to touch, and your knees come out as wide as you would like today. Crawling your fingertips forward. And then just as we began, go ahead and rest your forehead on the mat. And then right away, maybe use this moment to check in with how you're feeling. Knowing that you took the time out of your day to slow down, to actually look within and do something that you know is good for you and your body. Spreading your fingertips wide. As you inhale, allow your belly to fill up with air. And as you exhale, softly release all the muscles in the face, the shoulders. Maybe you go ahead and crawl the fingertips forward a little bit more so that you can feel length through the side waist. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and walk your fingertips off the right side of your mat. Stacking your left palm over your right so that your middle fingers are aligned. Keep your forehead on your mat. And then notice here that connection between the left hip and the left fingertips. Maybe breathe more air into your left ribs. Take one more full breath in. As you exhale, go ahead, walk the fingertips through center over to the left side this time, stacking your right palm over the left. And then just notice here what feels tight, what you need to soften, what you need to send your breath to in order to create space. Stay heavy in your right hip. Take one more breath in. Great, and as you exhale, coming all the way back through to center, walk the fingertips back so that you can come to a comfortable seat. So crossing the legs. Just go ahead and come to a regular seat of your choice. Take a second here just to reorient yourself. And on your next inhale, wrap your right fingertips over towards your left ear. Start to draw your right ear towards your right shoulder. Now you can stay here, or if you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can bring your left hand behind your low back, palm facing behind you, and draw your left shoulder away from your ear. And you should feel this now all the way through the clavicle, the side of the neck. And then soften, yeah? So this could be a little bit of a deeper stretch for some people. So really the best thing you can do here is soften everything. Take one more inhale in. As you exhale, slowly come through to center. Take your time, switching sides. Left hand is going to come up overhead, reaching for your right ear. And again, option to bring the right hand behind your low back. As you inhale, sit up tall. As you exhale, drawing your left ear to your left shoulder. And then notice if you're starting to hike your right shoulder up towards your ear, can you lower it away? Softly draw your ear a little bit closer. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, coming back through to center, take your time. We're going to take some neck circles here. So start by drawing circles with your nose. Chin comes to chest, over to the left, looking up and towards the right. Take two more. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale in and exhale. Switch sides, taking 3 neck circles the other way. Drawing circles with your nose. Think about it that way, like your nose is a pen or a pencil, and you're just trying to get it to be a perfect circle. Take one more neck circle. And awesome. Come back to center. Interlace your fingertips behind your neck. And I'm going to look this way so you can see what I'm doing. So interlace your fingertips behind your neck. As you inhale, go ahead and lift your chest, look up. And as you exhale, draw your chin to your chest, rounding in the spine. Draw your elbows together. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale, root to rise from your sit bone. Feel yourself grow like a plant, like getting nice and tall. And as you exhale, start by tucking chin towards your chest. Feel yourself round first from the neck, traveling all the way down to your lumbar spine, your low back. Take one more. Inhale in as you lift and you rise. As you exhale, you tuck round and draw the elbows towards each other. Coming back through to center, go ahead and sit up nice and tall in your seat for me. Taking a spinal twist over to the right. Right fingertips come out behind you. As you inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, take a gentle seated spinal twist. So you should feel this twist from the middle of your back, your thoracic spine. So notice that if you're cranking into your low back, can you travel that twist up by engaging the core and then roll your right shoulder back. You can softly walk your gaze over towards the back of the room, over your right shoulder. Take one more inhale in. And as you exhale, we switch sides. This time, your right hand can come to the outside of your left knee. Left fingertips come out behind you. Ground down through your sits bones as you inhale. Maybe grow like an inch taller. As you exhale, twist from the middle of your back. Now, I'm sure you've heard me say this like 1,000 times, but your twists should be slow. So take your time with them. Don't go to the deepest part yet. Take your time. Take one more full breath in. As you exhale, softly release, coming back through to center. Go ahead and come up to your tabletop, all fours. So another thing that I wanted to work on today a little bit is our wrists and our hands. So you've probably been typing a lot lately. So I want us to focus on relieving some of that tension that we don't notice in our wrists. So come into your tabletop. And then I want you to start shifting your shoulders beyond your wrists. So normally I say stack the shoulders over the wrists, but I want you to shift them forward just to the point where you feel like, okay, it's uncomfortable, but I can stay here. And then stay here for 3. Use your breath to stay here for 2. Nice. And 1, shifting all the way back. This time, go ahead and point your fingers towards you. So externally rotating the arms, so your fingers are pointing towards you. And this time, start to shift your weight back. So you should immediately feel this towards the top of the palm and the wrists. And then maybe you go a little deeper with each exhale. Same thing here. Whoa, same thing here. You're just taking your time. One more inhale in. Awesome. As you exhale, one more wrist stretch. Come up onto the tops of the palms, flipping your fingertips towards each other. And start by rocking side to side. This should feel super good because we were just on the other side of the hands. So start by rocking from side to side. And now close one fist and then the other. Creating a fist with each hand so that you can feel it all through each and every tiny muscle in the hands. Awesome. Go ahead and plant the palms regularly this time. You are now extremely aware of your wrists, I'm sure. Curl your toes under, find a downward facing dog. So once you find this down dog, it's probably your first of the day, so really relish in it. Do all the things that feel good. So pedal out your feet here. You should feel this like in the back of the calves, the hamstrings. And then also shaking your head yes and no here, really good for the neck so that you can relieve all that tension. Just allow the crown of your head to release. Once you're ready, go ahead and pause. And I invite you to take a moment of stillness again so that you can check in. Take another full inhale in. As you exhale, look forward, tippy-toe your feet to meet your hands. Hanging in your ragdoll, but this time I invite you to interlace your fingertips behind your neck and draw your elbows towards each other. And then from here, you can continue to sway from side to side. But what this really helps is it helps us to release the crown of the head completely. So notice how I'm keeping a soft bend in my knees and I'm letting my belly touch the tops of the thighs. Go ahead and maintain exactly that. Go ahead and release the palms down to the ground. As you inhale, find your version of a halfway lift. Palms come to the shins or the tops of the thighs. Draw those shoulders back. Go ahead and let somebody in. Draw your shoulders back in space. And as you exhale, find a forward fold, stepping your left toes back, low lunge on the right side. So drop the back knee, uncurl the back toes. And then when you feel comfortable, come up to interlacing your fingertips on the top of your knee. Draw your right hip back and sink a little bit lower for me. Now once you feel more stable, really root down through the four corners of your front foot, sweep your fingertips up, and grab your left wrist with your right hand. As you inhale, grow a little taller. As you exhale, take a crescent twist, or not a twist, I guess a crescent moon in a low lunge. It's all right, we're just doing yoga. We don't need to know the names for everything. So pull your left hand over. You should feel this through your side body. Come back through to center. Teeing out your arms, go ahead and look over to the right side of the room this time, and then reach your left fingertips up and back. So a lot of space we're creating in the left side waist here. Take one more breath in. Nice, and as you exhale, we're finding a low lunge twist this time. So my left palm comes to the mat, right fingertips up high. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, frame the front foot, step back into a tabletop, and all the way back to your child's pose. Pause. Take a full breath in. Long breath out. And when you're ready, peel back up, downward facing dog. Take a look up to the top of your mat and tippy toe the feet to meet the hands. Go ahead and find a forward fold that feels best for you today. So you can just hang in a ragdoll if you'd like. You can repeat what we did by interlacing the fingertips behind the head. You can also interlace the fingertips behind your low back. This is a really good shoulder opener. So a couple of options for you here. Stay here for one more breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead, release the fingertips. Inhale, lengthen halfway. As you exhale, this time stepping your right toes back. Find a low lunge on the left side. So now you know what's going on. We're just going to do it all on the other side. So start by fingertips on the ground, then to the knee. When you're ready, sweep them up. Grab hold of your right wrist this time as you reach over to the left side of your mat. Maybe you gaze up towards the ceiling. And nice, come back through to center. Tee out your arms, twist over to the left as you reach your right palm up and overhead. Take a twisted crescent lunge. See if you can reach those right fingertips back the most here. And on your next exhale, find that twisted low lunge. Left fingertips come up high, planting the right palm down firmly. See if you can create space between your left ear and your left shoulder. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, release. Step back into a modified high plank here. Keep your knees on the ground as we lower all the way to the belly. Go ahead and windshield wiper the feet from side to side. Massage out your low back. And then planting your forearms firmly on the mat, taking a Sphinx Pose. Lift your chest, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Go ahead and keep your gaze pretty neutral. And we're going to take, it's a weird name, but it's called Straight Jacket Pose. But Straight Jacket Pose is really great when you have some cervical spine pain, I guess you can say, or just like feeling uncomfy in your neck. So what you're gonna do from here is that you're going to thread your right fingertips under your left arm, reaching over to the left side. Then reach your left fingertips, thread them under the right arm. So your arms should have your right arm over, left arm under. Start to walk your fingertips apart so that you feel, it should feel really nice here in the upper back and into the neck. As you can see, I am just releasing my hand, I'm releasing my chin, releasing my head, and then just letting everything go here. We're gonna stay here for 3 breaths. Breathe for 2. One more inhale in. And as you exhale, softly come back through to center. Crawl the fingertips through. Come back to Sphinx Pose. And we're going to do the other side. So thread your left fingertips under the right. Right come under the left. So this time your left arm should be on top. As you walk your fingertips apart, let your head drop. And then maybe you just take another moment to check in, right? So what does that even mean, checking in? I've been blabbing on about checking in, checking this, checking that. And really all it means is that you're giving yourself a moment to pause and actually process how you're feeling, what's going on in your day. Not about what to do, not about how to respond, but really understand what is and come back to that being. So by coming to this class, by showing up on your mat, you gave yourself a moment to check in. And by checking in, you can better see how you're feeling so that later on you better know what to do. Slowly walk your fingertips back through, coming back to your Sphinx Pose just for a second here. And then we're going to release into Crocodile Pose. So just stacking one palm over the other just for your forehead here. You're going to let your legs come out to the sides just a little bit more. And this is just really nice for the nervous system. So if you ever feel like you're having a day, you can always come to Crocodile Pose. Taking one more breath in. And breath out. Come up onto your palms. We're gonna come onto our backs now. So just go there however you want. You can also just twist around and find yourself on your back. So once you get on your back, we're gonna take Waterfall Pose. So Waterfall Pose might not look like anything special, but it is an inversion. So what we're doing is that we're bringing the heart in line with the head while the legs are inverted, while they're lifted. So that way we can invert circulation and just start to create a little bit more energy while still inviting stillness. Stay here for one more breath in. And as you exhale, softly release your legs all the way down. Hugging your right knee into your chest, take a supine twist over to the left side. Teeing your right fingertips out, gaze over towards your right fingertips. And so same thing here, I want you to focus on how this twist is affecting the middle of your back and your core. Maybe you close your eyes and soften your gaze. Take one more full breath in. And as you exhale, come back through to center, switching sides. Hugging your left knee in towards your chest. And twist over to the right. This time you tee out your left fingertips, your left arm as you gaze over to your left fingers. Notice if you're tense anywhere. This is definitely not a pose to retain tension. In fact, it's the exact opposite. So maybe with each exhale, you allow yourself to soften a little bit more. Take one more full breath in. Full breath out. Softly come back through to center. Hugging both knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. So draw your knees in towards your nose and your chest. And then when you're ready, rock and roll up the length of your spine, maybe a couple times if that feels good. I love doing a little rock and roll. It's a nice spine massage. And come up to your seat. cross-legged, just how we didn't begin our practice, but we were here towards the beginning. Bring your hands to heart center, softly close your eyes. If anything else, I want you to at least take a second to show yourself appreciation for taking 30 minutes out of your day for this act of self-love, for this moment for you and for nobody else. Go ahead and bring your thumb knuckles up to your third eye center. To seal that acknowledgement and that appreciation, I invite you to bow your head and say the word namaste. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Let me go ahead and